I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The microphone was not on. Now I made it on, so I hope you can hear me now. Sorry about that. Thank you for your comments. So again, welcome to my another live stream on my YouTube channel. Today is the 26th of March, and I'm here to do analysis again. And especially this week, or actually the month of March, the markets are a bit ranging, choppy. Especially this week, they are retracing. So today, I would like to introduce Ichimoku retracement strategy. So myself, as a trend follower, I usually don't trade when the markets are retracing, but sometimes I do enter the markets. And I have the targets based on the Ichimoku lines or the previous lower high or support resistance levels. So today, as I scan some charts, hopefully you will see how I analyze and also take trades. So let me now switch the screen to trading view. And one of the pairs I want to check is EURUSD. So this pair is now retracing after the market touched on 1.0932. For the last 1 or 2 weeks, it's going down. So in this case, since Kijun Sen has been flat, the market tends to head towards the Kijun Sen. So I put the horizontal line here because this was the previous low. But since it's retracing now, the target is on the Kijun Sen. And this is on the weekly time frame. So it's on the weekly time frame, and I will go down to the lower time frames to see how I analyze and also take entries. So I have so much lines. These are time cycles, but let me just cancel the time cycle lines. And okay, I think I will, I just cancel time cycles, and I will check the lower time frames. But before doing that, let me say hi to everyone. Okay, all right, Crystal, thanks for joining, and JJ, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. All right, Faiz, good to see you. Thanks for joining. No trades for me this week. The markets are retracing. Not really a good market to trade. Okay, and again, thank you very much for joining as well. Okay, oh, he says, when I apply the time cycle, it's working but not enough. Okay, daily confirm, we need your videos. Okay, yes, time cycles are a bit advanced technique. So as I more share more examples and also analysis in the future live streamer videos, then you will see more examples. Okay, hello CSM, good to see you, and aloha, thank you very much for joining as well. Okay, VN index. Okay, if I have time, I will check that one. But for now, let me focus on EURUSD retracement situation. So again, this is the weekly time frame. And after the market touched the resistance of 1.0932, it's now retracing, right? So you can enter trade now, just execute sell, and stop loss above the resistance or above the Kumo, and target to the Kijun Sen, which is okay as a swing trade. But if you do that, then the stop loss will be too big, too wide, right? Let's say if you put the stop loss to the previous high or above the Kumo, it's going to be about 180 pips or so, and that's too wide. So to make the stop loss pips smaller, you check the lower time frame. So let me do one by one by lowering the time frames. So next one is the daily time frame. So if you look at the daily time frame, then the retracement situation is more clear. There was a double top, and as I say, neckline breakout is the start of the downtrend. And it exactly happened on the Friday last week. And this week has been downtrending. Without looking at the lower time frames, I can already see that this is descending P wave, and I think downtrend is continuous in this situation. But for that, this is a good selling opportunity, I guess. And as I mentioned earlier, 1.0693 is the weekly Kijun Sen, and here is also a daily Kijun Sen, which is 1.0658. So this is what I call the target zone. When the market comes around this area, then it may bounce. And also once the market breaks the support zone, then it goes down to Kumo on the daily time frame. That's basically the theory in this case. So, but again, if you think about a trade, you can put the you can enter trade sell right now and put the stop loss above the swing high, above the double top, or you see lots of 3 dojis here, and you can maybe put the stop loss above the Monday's doji, for example, which is up here 78 or almost like 80 pips of stop loss, which is a bit more or less than weekly stop loss, but still to me it's very wide. 80 pips of stop loss is too wide because I have to lower the lot size to make it 2% risk to the stop loss. So in this case, let me now check the 4-hour time frame. And when I check the 4-hour time frame, according to KTS, which is my strategy, it's down because Kumo has been down. Kumo is now sloping down, and Senko span A is going down as well. Senko span B flat, but Senko span A has been down, and that's making the Kumo thicker and bigger as it goes. And this is showing the continuous downtrend. Right? And also Kijun Sen angle is also down. And the price is below Tenkan Sen, and Chikou span has been below the candles. So this is KTS, my original strategy to capture the trend, and it shows its downtrend. So this is when I look for an entry as well. And if you use the 4-hour time frame, then the stop loss will be a bit smaller too. Because if you enter trade right now, then the stop loss will be above the 4-hour high. So it's going to be 49 or almost 50 pips of stop loss. So that's really good market, good stop loss. 50 pips of stop loss is not too big. It is still big, but it's not too big. So I think that's okay, stop loss. And as I mentioned before, this is descending P wave because support levels are at around the same level, and the highs are getting lower and lower. So in this case, typically the market breaks the resistance or support level and continues down. And I'm pretty sure that you will see this within today or tomorrow. And today we have no big news ahead. So basically, based on the market momentum, the market chooses the direction which way to go. So let's see. So this one is descending P wave, the price below the Tenkan Sen, and 4-hour Kumo is getting thicker, bigger, and now the target is either weekly Kijun Sen or the daily Kijun Sen. So far so good. So now in a 4-hour time frame, you see the price is below Kumo, and Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen are also out of the Kumo. So you can see that it's downtrend. Okay, so now let me go to 1-hour time frame. Okay, so here is 1-hour time frame, and you can more clearly see that this is descending P wave, and it's about to break the support. And if you take the 1 hour time frame, the stop loss will be even smaller because the swing high is here and the Kijun Sen has been flat. So this is a very nice stop loss placement. If you sell, enter, execute the sell now, then you put the stop loss of 22 or 23 pips above. Then see if the market breaks. If it doesn't, then you just exit quickly. If it goes bearish, then you follow downtrend. Right, so this is a very typical way to understand the market based on multiple time frames and enter trade at the time of the retracement. Okay, so let me see. Fight says EURAUD looks hold on, let me see. EURAUD looks good, similar to EURUSD. Okay, yeah, I think some other pairs are also retracing today. So right, if you really look for some similar market, then most likely they move almost the same. So this may apply to EURAUD as well. Okay, hello Rohit, good to see you. How do I take your appointment? I had sent a request earlier. Appointment for which one? Because I never take any appointments. If you're talking about like appointment for meeting or anything, I usually don't take. So yeah, please let me know by email. The email address is on the below description. So please send me the email. That's the best way to reach me. Yeah, I do take appointments to GTS members, but yeah, please let me know where you find the link. Okay, so this was 1 hour time frame, and if you took already the free KTS course, then you know I enter trade based on 5 or 15 minute time frames. So now let me get down to the 5 minute time frame and talk about how I enter the trade more precisely. So here's 5 minute time frame, and in this time frame I don't use Ichimoku. Well, I used to. If you follow me for quite some time, then you know one of my entry triggers are based on Ichimoku, let's say Kumo breakout or Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen cross or Chikou span breakout in 5 minute time frame. But now, for the last 2 years or so, I haven't been using because according to my backtesting, they tend to become fake these days. So I took out Ichimoku 5 lines from the 5 minute entry confirmation part. So when it comes to entry edge, I use the Bollinger Bands and also stochastic. And now you can see that the M5 5 minute time frame has been bearish because it has been consecutive bearish N waves. So that's a good one. Well, N wave is not one of my entry confirmations, but just talk about this downtrend momentum. These reverse N waves are very nice. And also I see the prices are now between the division 1 and 2, which is called what I call band walking. So this momentum may continue this way. So that's another second confirmation. So like this, I build up the confirmations, and once I find multiple confirmations, then I enter the market. So now this is, to me, not a good entry timing because I don't see multiple confirmations yet. So most likely I wait for the price to break the low, then enter trade in this particular situation. But other cases, I enter trade without waiting for the breakout of the support whenever I can find more stronger confirmations. But in this case, I don't. With this in mind, I monitor chart. I would monitor for maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and if the market start to go down this way and follow downtrend, then I would enter trade. And the stop loss will be also based on 5-minute time frame highs. So it's going to be either here or here or here. Those are the potential stop loss placements. Then I enter sell and see how the market goes. If the market goes towards the Kijun Sen on daily or weekly time frames, as I discussed earlier, then I keep holding. But if the market retraces, and let's say if it comes up above the support levels, then I would exit immediately. And I do so before the price hit the stop loss. I always exit before the price hit the stop losses so that my drawdown becomes very small. But this will give me a lower win rate, okay, because I don't exit at the stop loss. Almost like halfway, or when the market goes back, against my direction towards the stop loss, then I will just exit immediately. So because of this, I have more losses than the wins. But each losses are very small pips, so this is part of a risk management. But in this way, I become safer. So anyways, this is Euro USD trade scenario. Okay, so let me check one more market today, which is Euro CAD. Well, since Euro AUD, Vice mentioned, let's check the Euro AUD also. And starting from the weekly time frame analysis, since the weekly time frame analysis, and let me pop up Ichimoku again. Then yes, you see that it has been retracing this week. Yes, the resistance on 1.718 area has been quite strong. So looks like it's going down. In this case, Tenkan Sen and Kijun Sen on the weekly are going to be the target. So I draw two lines, one on the weekly Tenkan Sen, which is 1.6886 level, and second is on the Kijun Sen, which is 1.6689. So these are the potential targets on Euro AUD. Okay, then I check the daily time frame, and you can see that this has been forming bearish in the wave. So it's bearish now from the wave perspective. And weekly Tenkan Sen has been exactly on the daily Kijun Sen, again, which is 1.6886 level. So in this case, most likely the market goes down towards that level. And we have pips of 180 pips potentially to take, which is great. Right, so that's a daily time frame scenario. Now Chikou span has been above the candle still, but it's been retracing. And also, if you look at the Kumo, then Senko span A is retracing, simply because Kijun Sen has been down. Tenkan Sen, the blue Tenkan Sen has been down. And that means the market is downtrend in the short term. So since this is the daily time frame and it's about to break the daily support, I would wait for the daily closure today. And if it closes below the swing low, which is 1.7083, then from tomorrow I enter the market. I think that's safer scenario. Okay, but let me check the 4-hour time frame. Okay, 4-hour also looks nice as the market broke the Kumo bearish and it has been going down. And from the 4-hour perspective, the market broke the previous support. So if it becomes continuous, and looks like it is going to be continuous downtrend, and Euro AUD also is going to be another nice downtrend this week, I think. Okay, so then let me check 1 hour and the 5-minute time frame also. So here's 1 hour time frame. 1 hour looks really nice because the Kumo has been getting thicker and bigger as itself has been going down. Kijun Sen has been flat, but Senko Span A angle has been down, and that's making the Kumo to be thicker and bigger. And this shows the market has been continuous downtrend. And then here the market has been below Kijun Sen and Chikou span below the candles. So it's clear that the market has been downtrend. So let's say if you sell now, if you enter sell, then the target, the stop loss is going to be above the 1 hour high, and that's going to be 91.4 pips, which is quite wide. And you may ask, what about placing a stop loss above the Kijun Sen? And yes, in this case, Kijun Sen can be the stop loss because it has been downtrending. So Kijun Sen, if you put the stop loss on the Kijun Sen, it's going to be only 30 pips or 31 pips of stop loss, which is quite small. So that's better, so that you can execute trade with a higher lot size, right? So let me mark the 1 hour Kijun Sen, which is 1.7107 or 08. And now let me get down to the 5-minute time frame and look for the scenario to enter the market. Okay, so here is the 5-minute time frame, and now I can see that the Bollinger Band is squeezing. This is Bollinger Band contracting, which is also one of my entry triggers. And stochastic has been dead crossing. That is another entry trigger. So if I can find one more entry trigger, then this market is good to sell. So with that in mind, I wait for exact trading edge to enter the market. One of the entry triggers can be when the market breaks the support here on the 5-minute time frame. So in this way, you don't have to wait for the swing low to break. You can enter trade already before the breakout of the support of a higher time frame, so that if the market, once the market breaks the support like this way, or after the entry, the market may retrace and could be resisted by the previous support and goes down as well, right? But if the market goes against you after this, then you simply exit at some point. This is exactly the scenario I usually create. Then enter the market. And so I just basically compare all these markets on my watch list and eventually select the best market to trade. But today's main topic was about the Kijun Sen retracement strategy, especially Kijun Sen and Tenkan Sen retracement strategy as per Ichimoku. So hopefully you get some ideas how to trade based on this strategy. And this is really powerful actually. I have been using this based on weekly or even the monthly time frame. Whenever the market retraces and you see the trend in lower time frames, then I follow and I keep holding until the market hits or the market trend ends basically. And usually the market trend ends on the Tenkan Sen or Kijun Sen in higher time frames. So that's why I draw the horizontal lines like this, like I show it to you, and I wait for the market to hit those targets. So yeah, EURAUD was another example for a Kijun Sen retracement strategy. And I have selected also Euro CAD, Pound CAD, and CAD JPY are also similar case. So you can study the market situation on your own based on what I mentioned today. and be able to enter trades in this way. Okay, let me check some comments now. All right, good to see you everyone. Thank you very much for joining. Sumi says, thanks for the videos. Can we look at the Ichimoku and find out by its 5 lines where exactly the price will accelerate? Basically where the trend acceleration will start. Based on the 5 lines, basically the trend accelerates when the market bounces on the Tenkan Sen or the Kijun Sen. So if you're not talking about the time cycles are actually the main like a strategy to capture the trend acceleration. But regarding the 5 lines of Ichimoku, then let's say whenever the market bounces on Tenkan Sen, for example like this one, the market breaks a Kumo, retraces and touch on the Tenkan Sen, that's when the trend accelerates. For example, it's like, you know, this is like the trend continuation and acceleration, especially when you see the Kijun Sen angle bullish and Kumo to be bullish also, it's really trustable. And let me see. And also, let me see, maybe here as well, whenever the market has been resisted by the Tenkan Sen, the trend accelerates. And here, the market was not really resisted, but this was more like the trend line resistance. But especially when the market comes below Kijun Sen or Tenkan Sen, then it tends to accelerate like this way. So yeah, this is a very typical, you know, pattern in this you know, Ichimoku strategy. And you can find number of examples by this. Let me see. And this applies to any markets. Here as well, whenever the market touches on the Tenkan Sen, it bounces and goes up, bounce and goes up. So it's really typical. Until the market breaks the Tenkan Sen, this is the typical strategy. Yes. Like Bollinger Bands, the best acceleration happens when in the second deviation, right? So yeah, the best acceleration happens when the price is above the Tenkan Sen when it's bullish, or below the Tenkan Sen when it's bearish. Yes. Okay, yeah, so that was my topic today I wanted to share. So, but basically the markets are ranging, so although this strategy works, you have to remember that at the time of the retracement, you may not be able to capture so many pips, because this is where the fight between the long-term buyers and short-term sellers happening, and the market tends to be very choppy. So when you want to enter a trade like in this situation, you really have to be precise on the risk management, which is more important than trend follow strategy. But in other words, if you master the risk management skills, then whenever you are entering the markets, you should be able to make profits. Or before that, you become non-losing trader, and then you start to run profits, and that's based on my experience. So yeah, thank you very much everyone. I just wanted to share the strategy today, and I will share some more information like this. Today, the live stream started a bit earlier timing because I thought it would be nice to share my knowledge or share my analysis whenever I can, whenever I see some interesting situations like today, so that you learn the best. So yes, thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon. So until then, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. Bye for now. Mata ne. Thank you very much.